So as those of you who follow my Twitter might have noticed, i69 actually happened this year. Last year. It was last year. It took me nearly a year to get around to this video. And where i61 was good, i63 was better, and i65 was even better, i69 was different. I definitely don't mean that in a bad way, we just didn't do things the same way this year as we have in the past. Ordinarily, we'd be staying in apartments over in New Street, which would typically involve us having to catch a train to the venue and back at least twice a day. For i69, however, we stayed at a hotel that was much closer to the venue, and it made such a big difference. Sure, we traded some luxuries such as sofas, a fridge, and air conditioning for convenience, but it was so nice knowing that if we wanted to nip back to the hotel for drinks or to drop something off or to freshen up, it was as easy as catching the monorail and listening to the monorail music.
That's my jam!
As a result of this, we ended up spending a lot less time around the TF2 bit as we usually do, and spent a lot more time wandering around the rest of the venue and socialising in the hotel. We could do that now, since it wasn't such a trek to get back. Not to say we didn't watch the matches at all, of course, we were just a little more scattered this time. We went out for food, checked out the shopping centre, even went into New Street, even though we didn't have to this time. And that leads me into the main portion of the video. Highlights of this year include, but are not limited to, watching Gmod videos in the hotel rooms, playing drunk Jenga in the hotel bar while listening to screaming and farting noises, seeing friends getting interviewed on the big screen, everyone running in circles around Peter completely out of nowhere, and that happened so suddenly that I don't think anyone actually got any footage of it. Tossing an Among Us in a field. Chucky's Spire cake. It was delicious. One of the TF2 matches taking so long to start that we held an arm wrestling competition. Seeing not one, not two, not 3, not 4, but 5 TF2 cosplays. Technically 6, as I caught a glimpse of a blue spy at one point, but sadly I wasn't able to get a picture. Harry holding up pictures on his phone in front of the camera during the finals while Nighty lost his shit. Some drunk teenagers on the monorail asking Matt if his righteous bison was a fart gun. Duel infecting everyone with ball head. Shulk appearing in the hotel bar, buying us all Jaeger bombs, and then disappearing. Getting to witness Duel's custom TF2 playing cards. And doodling in a shop while we waited for the train back home. As for merchandise, this time we had hats, which is the most fitting kind of TF2 merchandise. That was unfortunately all I was able to find though. As we weren't running on Peter time this time around as well, we were also able to get into the venue as it was opening to the public, which was a nice novelty. Doubly so, given it had been 2 years since any of us were last able to attend. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the TF2 aspect wasn't as much of a focus for us this time around. We spent more time exploring the venue and parts of Birmingham outside of it, rather than just sitting around the TVs watching the tournaments. I think that was the biggest contributor to the overall vibe of i69 feeling different to years past. Where TF2 has always been an added bonus for me, with the main goal of attending Insomnia being to spend time with friends, this time it really did kind of feel like a background element. And it does make me sad because I still care a lot about this game and all the friends I've made and people I've met because of it. But just because some people have moved on from the game doesn't mean everyone has. There's still an active fan base with new players and new creators popping up. And while the game may have just been a background element for a lot of the weekend, it definitely wasn't during the finals. I'll never get tired of seeing the games and the promos and the frag videos up on the big screen, surrounded by a hyped up cheering audience and friends who still want to watch it, even if some of them haven't touched the game in years. I may not be as active as I used to be thanks to working full time now, but I don't think I'm ever going to get tired of or move on from TF2. It's my favourite game and has been for over a decade now. And whenever I look back on photos and videos from i69, i65, i63, i61, I'm reminded why.